Hello and welcome back to Grandpa Streams Minecraft. My name is History Wes and this is our forever world. I haven't been doing much since yesterday except digging a little bit, except when I was repairing my tools here at the zombie farm, zombie spawner. Look what we got. A chicken jockey spawned, and I had to get up close so I could kill the jockey first, and I got it. Sadly, there was a second chicken jockey that spawned just after that, and I accidentally killed the chicken first, so I only got one disc. And maybe they should let us be able to copy the discs. That would be kind of cool. So you can see we're down. I moved the beacon down, got it all set up, and we're not much deeper than we were, maybe 2 levels deeper. So today I want to focus on doing something different, getting some more armor, extra sets of armor. Anyway, I'm having a pretty good day, although I've been a little sick to my stomach this morning, so I didn't eat anything today. I think when I'm done streaming, I'm going to go have a hot dog. Anyway, I hope you're having a good day. It's about 60 degrees here in the southwest desert, but it feels a little colder. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me because I'm old. Anyway, yeah, I think I'll go make a couple of hot dogs, and I like hot dogs. One of America's great foods. Let's stick these sticks up here. I don't buy cheap hot dogs. I like good hot dogs. So my current favorite is Kingsford from Costco. I like Nathan's too. And put that together with a good bun, and you've got yourself something nice. Where are we going to put this? I think I'll put this upstairs. Oh, maybe in our copper chest. I haven't built a music player yet. Maybe I should do that today. So first thing we're going to do is run over to the villager trader, trade some of this stone. Anyway, I like hot dogs all kinds of ways. With I've got mustard and ketchup and mayo and relish and diced onions in there, which will make a good hot dog. But I've also got an unopened jar of sauerkraut. I may just have a sauerkraut dog. Some people don't care for sauerkraut, and I'm not a big fan of it separately, but I like it on a hot dog. Okay, and it's good for you. Most pickled foods are good for you. Well, let's see. Where's our stonemasons? Over here. Where are you from? You're not from in here, are you? Let's see. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think you are. Come here. Buddy. Is that right? Should be 10 in each thing. How did he get out? 1, 2, 6, wait. No, there's 10 in there. 4, there's 10 in there. There's definitely 10 in there. Oh, he's one of the ones from the library. Okay. He didn't get out of here. He's been wandering around since I opened the door of the library and let them come out if they weren't assigned a duty. I had 4 or 5 that just wandered off. Okay, that's fine. So we want some emeralds from our stone here today because we're going to buy some books. Anyway, one of my earliest memories is a hot dog memory, so to speak. In about 1960, I want to say 1966 or 67, would have put me at about 6 or 7 years old. I was sent by my mother to the end of the street, to the end of the block, to buy hot dogs and drinks at Der Wiener Schnitzel. And I remember when I got home, my mother was upset because some of the drinks had spilled. So I was 6 or 7. I didn't let my kids cross the street when they were 6 or 7. But when I asked my mother about stuff like that, like why, she let me wander around alone, she would just say, things were different back then. So, there you go. I don't remember what hot dog I got at Wiener Schnitzel. For those of you not in the know, Der Wiener Schnitzel was, and I think still is, a hot dog fast food place. They also sell hamburgers, but back then they didn't. It was just hot dogs. I don't even think they sold fries back then. And many years later, I went back and looked at that street, looked at my old school, which was not too far away, and the house where I used to live, both of which were there, but the Wiener Schnitzel was gone. And in its place, I think, was a gas station. So, there you go. So I've been watching less YouTube today and some of movies instead. I watched Much Ado About Nothing. I'm a big Shakespeare fan, and I was watching the Joss Whedon directed version, which is not very old. Very good, excellent movie. If you're a fan of Firefly or Buffy or Angel or any of Joss Whedon's other work, like or the Avengers, for instance, you will recognize a lot of the people in Much Ado About Nothing, because like a lot of directors, he likes to hire the same actors. Should I trade away all my diorite? I feel like maybe I shouldn't, but I'll trade this much anyway. 1 load of diorite and andesite. Got a lot less andesite. Okay. Then we'll trade something else. Yep. Maybe we'll go to sleep first. And I also watched How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey movie. I'd seen the original animated one many, many times, including when it was first on the air. Oh, look how our lantern posts that we put up yesterday have oxidized. Anyway, but somehow I had not watched the Jim Carrey version, and I'm not a huge Jim Carrey fan. I really did not like Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. But I have to admit, I liked How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I liked his version of it. He did a very good job. So it's just about time to start watching A Christmas Carol, one of the greatest stories ever written by Charles Dickens, and there are about 30 movie versions of it. I usually like to watch 3 or 4 during the course of the... Really? Okay. Granite? I didn't bring granite. There we go. Andesite. I like to watch several versions of A Christmas Carol. The Muppet version is always fun, although I think the best version is the one starring Patrick Stewart. Is that the same guy? It's hard to trade with these guys milling around. That's the only thing wrong with the design of this as a trading farm. As an iron farm, it's great. There are only 3. Yep, there are only 3. You know what? Looks like I'm not trading that diorite after all. So, what's my beef today? What's my old man complaint of the day? I've got 2, and they both have to do with pronunciation. One's an old one. I mean, ever since I was a kid, I knew how to pronounce the word nuclear. Nuclear. It's not nuclear. And I was like teens or early 20s when Jimmy Carter was president. A great man. I admire Jimmy Carter. But the man has a degree in nuclear physics. He was the commander of a nuclear submarine in the Navy, and yet he mispronounces the word. It says nuclear. Not the only one. George W. Bush did too. But anyway, people should know that word by now. We've been in the nuclear age for 70 years. But the one that's really bugging me lately is people not knowing the difference between weary and wary. They say weary when they mean wary. I'm weary of him. Well, that would work. If you mean you're tired of him, you're weary. But if you're concerned about him, if you don't trust him, then you are wary. I don't know. I think people need to read more. Speaking of reading, I recently got a book on the art of Frank Frazetta, who I am a huge fan of. Check out Frazetta Girls on YouTube. It's run by Frank Frazetta's granddaughter. And, she autographed the copy of the book I got. And I've been a huge fan of Frank Frazetta's artwork for a long time because when I was a kid, I was very much into the writing stories of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Edgar Rice Burroughs, the creator of Tarzan, of the Apes, also the creator of John Carter of Mars, and a great writer of dozens of other science fiction and adventure books, and many of them illustrated covers by Frank Frazetta. Fantastic. In fact, all my late teens and early 20s, I must have read, well, I didn't read every single Edgar Rice Burroughs book because there were a couple that were lost at that time and have since been reprinted. But I read, 80. I think he wrote about 84. Come here, come here, come here. You. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. This is working out well. Melon and pumpkin farms. Very good for trading. Okay. Now, what else do we have over here? Are you guys are weaponsmiths. I need armor smiths. If indeed you guys are trained up. You're not going to be here. So you got to be over here. These guys, right? Yeah, I haven't trained them up. So I'm not going to be buying diamond armor. I think I'm just going to make it. And I should have stuck those back in there. Anyway, sadly, I think Edgar Rice Burroughs has kind of gone out of favor lately. They were written 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, most of his books. And, they have what you would expect from 100 years ago. There's some, definitely some prejudice in them. And the writing is a little it's like people wrote 100 years ago. So a lot of it's not as easy to read as it might be, but the stories how can I say this? They overcome these limitations. Okay, so we've got some gold armor already. I made a chest plate for going in the nether. I even put armor trim on it, so we got that. To match, we've got pants and a helmet. I'm going to de-enchant those because I don't want those enchantments. I want better ones. And then we need to make leggings. So there we go. Stick those up there. Now we've got diamonds. We're going to make a helmet and chest plate and leggings, boots, and the whole thing again. Helmet, chest plate, leggings, and boots. Got 16 diamonds left from that stack, and look, we've got 1.5 more stacks here. And if we look down here, you can just just on this one layer. Look at all these diamonds down here. Let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10. So with our fortune, that'll give us quite a bit more. Guess we'll sleep. You can see we're on day 1150. So we're going to have to think of something special for our 1500 day. All right. Up here. Hello, Lizzie. And we've got our stands ready for these. Anyway, I suppose my problems with language, or my dislike of people misusing language, is a result of me being a teacher for so many years, although honestly I was pretty much a stickler even before I was a teacher. Speaking of being a teacher, I have watched with a great amount of humor and fun all these people trying to deal with the kids and the 6-7 phenomenon that's going on. If you're a teacher or anybody, any adult who's got kids going around doing 6-7, just chill, just relax and don't worry about it. Don't copy them. When I was a teacher, there was always some kind of fad going on, and the kids inevitably wanted me to do it. Sensei, take a picture doing a duck face, or Sensei, dab for me. Nope, don't do that. Sensei does not do those things. Don't copy the kids. It's just cringe when adults do it anyway. And don't make a big deal out of it. Don't make it part of the lesson, but don't shout at the kids when they do it. All right. We need some books. There we go. Let's get 2 bookcases here. So there's this Cape Challenge going on as part of the Mounts of Mayhem drop, and I've got Silk Touch on my axe, so I have to use my pick. Yeah, there's a Cape Challenge. You've got to get on Bedrock Minecraft, and that means any non-PC game like Switch or PS5 or Xbox or iOS or Android, any of those versions of Minecraft, or the PC Bedrock version. And if you've got it, you know you're not playing Java. And yeah, need more books. And get on there and kill 5 mobs. Now you can get in a peaceful world and just kill 5 pigs and chickens and sheep. They don't have to be hostile mobs. I went on and I worked and got 5 hostile mobs in a newly generated world, which I had, you know, no armor or anything else. So that proved to be a little difficult. I need this many mending books. Okay. I should have gone item by item. That's all right. Okay, so now looking at my, here we are. So we want protection and respiration. Anyway, I've got my cape. Of course, it's not here yet. Okay, protection 4. No, that's fire protection. We don't want that. Aqua affinity we do for our helmet. Unbreaking 3. Yeah, see, that's what happens. I ran out of emeralds. So I killed some mobs, and Bedrock is, I think, harder than Java, because I played on easy, and there was just a butt-ton of drowned along the coast with tridents. There must have been 4 with tridents just while I was there. Okay, I'm going to move this over to here, where we're going to keep our enchants for our armor. Okay, so we throw all our minions on the top row. And now we want the other enchantments for our helmet. We've already got our anvil and grindstone here. Alright, so let's go over here to the wool farm, get some wool to trade. Dark gray and brown, I know the villagers will buy. Anyway, I think you just have tonight to get that done before the cape offer runs out. You'll get it in Bedrock and in Java if you do. It's not a particularly attractive cape, but the completist in me wanted to have it. Not that I haven't even gone for every cape that I could have. But we managed. So this next week I'm going to be digging. I want to get that room dug and start putting in the floors, and then once that's done, I'll start putting in the storage system. Once the storage system is in, which I don't expect we'll be able to do in 1 week, then we are going to start making all the rest of the farms we need. Stand still. Okay. Brown. There you go. Oh, that was good. Now you dark gray. Oh, okay. You do black also. There you go. Yep, dark gray from you too. Anybody else with brown? Well, there are only 3 of you. So no, this guy would need to be I'm not going to worry about it now. Okay, you can go inside. There's a bed for you and everything. All right. What else do we need for our helmet? Respiration 3. Did I get rid of my books or did I use them all? No. Respiration 3. Okay, we'll go upstairs. And there are no wandering villagers left in the house up there except for this guy in bed. Okay. What else do we need here? What do you sell? I need to put up a sign. Nope, not good. I mean, fine, but not for me. Protection 4 in the helmet. That's right. Okay. What else? We got protection 4, respiration. Okay, that helmet is done. Let's shoot on over here. Okay, yesterday I talked about all the different possible areas that we could build in our world, and I thought of 2 more. One was pretty obvious. I mean, one is a western town, Old West, frontier land, something along that line. And the other is kind of a jungle lord setting, treehouse in the jungle, Tarzan. I mentioned Edgar Rice Burroughs before. Okay, we've got respiration, protection, aqua affinity, mending. Is that all I have on this helmet? No, Unbreaking 3. Didn't I get Unbreaking 3? Oh no, I didn't, because I didn't have all of the, I didn't have the emeralds. Now I'm out of books. All right, back to the top here. Might as well go ahead and spend all the emeralds we've got at the moment. Okay, Unbreaking is over here. All right, Unbreaking 3. Oh, more books. We got a lot of experience from repairing my tools at the zombie farm and also from trading. Minecraft has really made that part of it easier. Getting experiences like getting bone meal used to be really hard, and now you get it from everything. Alright, chest plate, we've got mending. We want protection, thorns, and breaking. Seems like we should have something else. Okay. Protection. Another unbreaking down here. Oh. Alright. Again, out of emeralds. Well, that's okay. We'll get more. Oh, my stomach just growled. I need that hot dog. I mentioned before I only like good hot dogs. Quality beef Franks, not the cheap, you know, $1.99 for a whole package hot dogs. Let's see here. You can see that these have my naming scheme: historic helmet, historic chest plate, historic leggings, historic boots, and the gold, I didn't name that yet, but the gold is legendary chest plate. So I'm going to have to come up with two clever names for the mythical, maybe, on that one. Okay, so on here, let's get, oh, we got the helmet. Okay. The helmet and legendary helmet with mending. I'm probably not putting these in the right order because there's a way to do them most effectively, but I think we'll be okay. And here we go. There's the legendary helmet. I've got more armor trims I have to reproduce, and that will use up some diamonds. Mending and protection. Okay. Alright. Next thing to trade will be zombified flesh, which we should have down in the farm. Let's check that out. Anyway, one time my sister-in-law called me, and I don't remember why she was calling me, but we were planning a family picnic, and I said, I'll buy the hot dogs, because I knew that she would provide cheap hot dogs. And she said, how come hot dogs come 10 to a package and buns come 8 to a package? And I said, because you buy crappy hot dogs. My hot dogs come 8 to a package. Which is true. But of course the truth is that hot dogs were traditionally sold by the pound, and 10 hot dogs made a pound, and bread was sold by the loaf, and 8 hot dog buns made a loaf pan, fit a loaf pan. more you know, right? Well, I'd like to know if any of you had any luck getting any of your older people in your lives, your parents, your grandparents, if you had any luck getting them to play Minecraft with you. Remember I said getting them to play with you will be more effective than getting them to just play in general. I think once you start playing, though, you get hooked. But I definitely believe that Minecraft is good for your brain. Sun's going down. Mumbo is still dressed as Skizzleman. Skizzleman has a new episode today. I haven't watched it yet. I might watch it this evening. That's not very much rotten flesh. I thought I would have more. What else should I take over to trade? Oh, I should take some granite. Because those stonemasons seem to want it. And I usually have more granite than I need, even though I built like a couple of buildings over there using granite in the builds along with brick. I'll be using more stone bricks specifically for the storage area. And cobble too, actually. Oh yeah, granite, quite a bit. There's another piece, or another stack. That's probably all they'll trade right now. Oh, now those, I keep thinking these lampposts are creepers. Which is quite a nasty surprise. Okay. I AFK'd for a while. Well, it wasn't AFK, I was reading at my mob dropper over there because I wanted to get more gunpowder, but it's not very effective, so we're going to need to build a better mob farm. And I think we'll build it either over in Sycamore City or over in Peppertown. Oh, there's two guys over here now. Lost in the wilderness. I should have stayed with your friends. Okay, how about some rotten flesh? Wow, you bought it all. Okay, cool. You guys, I don't have enough for you. No, not you. How about your brother? There's only one guy that did granite? Disappointing. Because, yeah, I'm not going to trade very much to him. That's it. That was hardly worth the trip. 27 emeralds. How's our iron farm doing? I don't want to trade iron. I need it for our blimp. But we're getting quite a bit. Yeah, that's looking good. Looking forward to finishing that off. See, go back inside. You're just going to get lost like the other guys. Freedom is a dangerous thing when you're a moron. They're not called morons. What are they called? Well, he wasn't one technically, but he kind of was anyway. Imbecile? No. Those are all terrible words. And whatever he is. The ones that can't do a profession. You know what I'm talking about. All right. Well, we're going to go back to the mine, I think, and work for a while we let the villagers reset their trades. So what would you like to see in the next drop? I don't think we're going to get any more. I don't think we're going to get an end update because I don't think they're going to do any more big things for a while, for years, which is too bad. But they could do a few things. If they were just going to update the end, my suggestion would be some kind of new plant. And I don't know what you would do with it. It could be a tree. Could be some kind of end tree. There's still quite a few colors of wood that we don't have, like lavender, purple, cyan. Well, cyan, the green kind of area is pretty much covered, but purple and pink, well, pink we have cherrywood. So, purple and dark blue maybe. I don't know. I'll just be happy with whatever they do. I would like them to do an update with nothing but bug fixes. That would be great. Bug fixes and optimization, performance enhancements. Stop relying on Optifine and all the other enhancement mods out there for doing the work that should be part of the main game. So we're at negative 33. I'm going to predict that by next weekend I will have dug down to bedrock. At least I hope so. Okay. I think I'm getting some carpal tunnel. to need to rest up my wrist. So I had somebody ask me why I was playing on a Macintosh, and somebody else asked me why I was planning to buy a new Macintosh. And the short answer is I like them. I like a Mac. I like the way they're built, solid, not plasticky. I like the operating system. The main thing I like is that they don't crash. Programs have crashed, but the computer itself just doesn't crash. Hardly ever. For a long time, I never had a crash at all. Then as I mentioned last time, we had a power outage. And when the power came back on, what actually happened is the power came on, the computer started to reboot because I had it set to come back on in case of a power outage. And then the power went immediately back off before it was done booting. So it damaged a spot on the hard drive. The hard drive needed to be reformatted. But recently I've had a few crashes because my computer is old. And honestly, I don't know how much longer it's going to last. Mostly I'm worried about the hard drive. It's an old spinning hard drive. And my computer just got to the point where the newest operating system upgrade did not include it as one of the computers that it would upgrade. So I'm still on 2024's operating system. But those things aside, I appreciate the Mac operating system. It's very intuitive. I don't have any problem switching from, for years I used a Mac at home and Windows at work, had no problem. It's not that different. Functionally, there's some non-functional differences that are really important. You don't get any, when you buy a Mac, you don't get a bunch of demos on your computer. You don't get ads on your computer. It doesn't come with a bunch of stickers, Intel inside or anything else, or Windows sticker. All that crap is not on your computer. It's nice, smooth, shiny. Out of the box. Turn it on, it's ready to go. It doesn't take 5 hours to set up. It doesn't update all the time. And when it updates, you can do it overnight and it doesn't take forever. All those things. For years I used a Windows machine. I had a whole series of Windows PCs. One of them I built myself, bought all custom parts, used it until it was old and I was ready to upgrade, and I didn't feel like making it again. It was a good machine, but I could buy one ready-made that was just about as good, so that's what I did the next time. When that machine crashed just one too many times as it was getting a little bit older, I just said, you know what, I'm tired of the crashes, I'm going to buy a Mac. And the Mac is not, if you're a hardcore gamer, Mac is not for you, but Minecraft is as hardcore of a game as I get, and obviously it plays just fine on a Mac. Mumbo Jumbo plays it on a Mac. Of course, his Mac is a $7,000 Mac, but it plays just fine on mine. When I get the new one, it'll play that much better. I'm playing on a Mac with an Intel processor and NVIDIA graphic card, by the way, which they don't make anymore. They're all integrated Apple chips now. Anyway, if you check out Apple products, you'll find that compared to a similar quality computer made by anyone else, it's the Mac actually tends to be less expensive. Unless you try to upgrade it, Macs are Apple's price to upgrade storage or RAM is just ridiculous. But for the basic computer, if that's what you need, you're going to get one and it's going to work. And if you do have a problem, you've got 24-hour online help during the term of the warranty, and you can always take it to the Apple Store and they will fix it for you, and almost always it's free. It's reliable. If you drop it, it's probably okay. I am not using Apple accessories on my computer. I'm using a Logitech MX Keys keyboard and a Logitech Master 4 mouse, which is fairly loud, clicky that you hear. Anyway, that's that. So if I was a serious gamer, I would buy something else. And I've been tempted to buy a second machine to run next to this one, but the truth is, I just don't play games that won't run on the Mac. I go on Steam and they have a huge Mac library. I probably have 50, 60 games in my Steam library. I'm pretty happy playing those. Anyway, I'd like to thank all of you who stopped by and watched and listened to this stream, whether you did so while it was live or you watched the video on demand. I really appreciate it. I especially appreciate those of you who liked or dropped a comment. And if you feel like it, you could subscribe to my channel. It's History Wes. And I have Minecraft videos in addition to my live stream. And I stream every Saturday and Sunday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and which is right now. So stop by anytime. I appreciate it. And with that, we're coming to the end of our stream for today. I think after the first of the year, we are going to extend our time, make it a longer stream. And we will definitely do so when I get the new computer. And if there is a consensus, I'll probably do face cam too, although why you want to see my old face, I don't know. I know there's an empty slot somewhere in here. There we are. Okay. That's it for today. My name has been History Wes. This has been Grandpa Streams Minecraft. Stay safe. Go out and get that zombie horse cape